Things are falling apart in Edmonton again. And the worst part is, no one seems to be learning a damn thing. What happened in the locker room after yet another collapse in the finals left a lot of people fired up. And yeah, one of the guys didn't hold back on national TV. The vibe is heavy, and fans are losing patience real quick. You need to hear what went down. If you ride or die for this team, hit that subscribe button. Let's hit that 1,000 mark and show the league that Oilers fans don't back down from anything. Sit down and listen up, because what we're talking about today isn't just some end-of-season rant. It's a wake-up call. How many times have you truly believed this was the year? How many times have you pictured that cup coming back to Edmonton? And how many times have you woken up in the same nightmare of disappointment? That's the real issue, buddy. This whole story is turning into a bad pattern. Feels like we're cursed by the hockey gods or something. And honestly, every year, it's like the Oilers are living out the myth of Sisyphus pushing that rock up the hill, only to watch it roll all the way back down. You feel that, don't you? The team gets so close to the top, but can't hold it. Once again, the season ends with that bitter taste. Another Stanley Cup final, another loss. But this wasn't just bad luck. It was the same mistakes, the same bad bets, and the same issues we've all seen before, just never dealt with. You really want to know what's stopping the Oilers from hoisting that cup? Hang on a sec, because the truth's gonna hit hard. Before we start blaming McDavid or Draisaitl, we need to face the gaping holes. Literally, the back end. Yeah, that's right. Defense and goaltending have been our Achilles heel for way too long. Against Florida, we simply didn't bring the intensity on D and the front office. Their answer was bringing in guys like Jake Wallman and John Klingberg. Talented, sure, but they don't bring the grit and structure this level demands, so the weight's back on Bouchard, Ekholm, and Nurse. Bouchard's a weapon on offense, but average in his own zone. Ekholm isn't the same warhorse he used to be. And Skinner in net. Well, do we even need to say it? The team falls apart when it matters most. Offensive depth, that didn't show up either. We brought in names with Speed Arvidsson, Jeff Skinner, but the chemistry wasn't there. And when the dust settles, it's the same players taking the heat. But how can you point fingers at McDavid and Draisaitl? They both dropped 33 points in the playoffs. They showed up. The rest of the squad, not so much. Here's the hard truth. If the Oilers don't make bold moves this offseason, 2026 is just gonna be another chapter in this brutal cycle. The roster needs work in critical areas. Because if we keep going like this, we'll be pushing that boulder up the hill again, just to watch it fall right back down. Now, I want to hear from you. Is it time for big changes? Or are the Oilers gonna stay stuck in this endless loop? What happened behind the scenes after that final loss? The truth will shake you. Don't miss what's coming next. Once again, we're sitting here trying to make sense of how it all fell apart so fast. The Stanley Cup dream slipped away again, and the frustration hits hard for anyone who bleeds copper and blue. This season had all the right vibes, big plays, solid momentum, and a belief that felt unbreakable. But when it was time to put everything on the line, the wheels came off. The Oilers went down to the Panthers. Again. Yeah, that 5-1 loss in Game 6 stung. But what really hit fans wasn't just the score. It was what happened afterward, when Stuart Skinner faced the media. People weren't ready for what he said. Skinner looked defeated, said this can't happen twice, and called it devastating. But a few of his comments really raised some eyebrows. He said he felt consistent. Said he showed up with the same mindset every time. Said he was in his bubble, and that being a goalie is weird in a team sport. Now I'm asking you, Oilers Nation, can we accept that kind of mindset after back-to-back eliminations to the same damn team? Is Skinner stepping up and taking accountability, or hiding behind his words? Fans online weren't having it. A lot of folks felt like he was trying to shield himself instead of owning the moment. 3 goals against, some of them softened mistakes that cost us big. With a 7-7 record, 2.99 GAA, and just 89.9% save percentage. Skinner's numbers don't exactly inspire confidence. He's got 1 year left on his deal. So now what? Head coach Noplau pointed to our weak finish as the deal breaker. We fired 29 shots and only buried one. Meanwhile, Florida capitalized on almost every chance they got. In the end, it's another season of heartbreak. So I'm asking you again, what did you make of Skinner's comments? Does he deserve another shot as the number one? Or is it time for change? There's a hot trade rumor swirling in Edmonton, and someone's gonna pay the price for this collapse. We all felt the buzz. This run had heart, energy, and a shot at bringing Lord Stanley back for the first time since 1990. But instead, we got the same old heartbreak. It was deja vu for the fans. Once again, the Oilers hit a brick wall called the Florida Panthers. What should have been redemption turned into a rerun. And the worst part, it was another flat performance with a scoreline that cut deep. Game 6 told the story of a team that ran out of answers. That 5-1 loss hit like a punch to the gut. On the ice, it was pure frustration. Off the ice, a quiet that felt like the end of something. Connor McDavid, the face of this franchise, had to stand there and watch the Panthers celebrate again. And not just any team. This is a Florida squad that's gone back-to-back, completely shutting down our attack. What hurt McDavid most was the lack of a spark. We tried the same thing over and over, he said, just banging our heads against the wall. No push, no change, just effort that led nowhere. McDavid had only one goal the whole series. He didn't score in Game 6. Not for lack of trying, but because Florida didn't give him an inch. 29 shots in 60 minutes, and one goal when it was already too late. So now what? Is this core still strong enough to come back swinging? Can McDavid and the boys figure out a new path forward? Or is this frustration gonna become the new norm in Edmonton? That's what today's story is really about. The Edmonton Oilers just lost their second straight final to the Panthers and now head into another offseason full of question marks. Though McDavid still believes in this group, do you still believe this team has what it takes to win the cup? Or is it finally time for Edmonton to make some big changes? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share this video with fellow Oilers fans, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single twist in this saga that's far from over.